Well, I think that we should just be realistic. Where we are right now is not where we want to be, and clearly the water is very low. But what's amazing about the video that you just saw there is that, that was shot recently. The lake has actually come up by about 12 feet because of early snowpack melt. It was actually at its lowest at the end of January. Even though, with that said, it's not totally positive because this is what's left. Our snowpack is really critical to how we get water and how we use water in the state. And right now, statewide, if you average it, about 59% of what we expect. So it will come up, but nowhere near where we want it to be. Remember, last year was dry for rain and snow as well. So this is where we are drought-wise. About 32% of the state is in this deep red here. We call this an extreme drought. It's a 4 out of 5. There's one worse, which is exceptional. About 5% of the state is in that level. But when you look at other states, California is doing better than other western states. But again, it's not where we want it to be. We've got 40 million people here and a bunch of industries that depend on that water. And unfortunately, it's a dry pattern that will persist through the weekend. We do see a little bit of windy weather. This does become an issue if you suffer from allergies. And we've talked about this before, which was early season for allergies. Now we're in the prime month of April. So even a breeze may be something that will trigger your allergies because with the windier days come higher pollen counts, and that may be affecting you. So heads up today and through the weekend. The other thing that we're watching early this morning is that it's a little bit warmer than you would expect. A lot of places waking up to temperatures in the 50s. For some comparison, our normal low is in the 40s, so it's a little bit warmer than where we typically start our day, and we will end up with another day in the 80s. Not record-breaking, but way up there. We start our cooling tomorrow. I think the first visual clue that something is up will be the clouds later today. Not very thick clouds. I think they'll be at that perfect elevation for great sunset photos, but it's going to be another warm one. Breezy and warm, highs in the low 80s instead of the mid to upper 80s that we saw yesterday, just missing records by a couple of degrees for most locations. So there's the clouds streaming through. That's about it. Maybe by the time we get to Monday, we're going to start to see some changes in the mountains. That's really the only time period right about there. Once we get to Easter Sunday, we're all good there. Dry conditions. Don't worry about the Easter egg hunt. We're good there. Right there, Monday into Tuesday, we could be looking at some light rain, but I am hopeful that something like this will show up because that's exactly what we need. It's late season. It will help to keep the green grasses, natural grasses that have popped up, that will keep them going. It delays fire season a little bit. I like to see the late season storms, and we have a chance of that happening maybe end of next week. Until then, it will be dry. As far as our conditions in the foothills today, beautiful day, highs in the 70s. And as you know, since you live there, a lot of wildflowers and green natural grasses everywhere. It's going to be great. Cooling all the way through the weekend into the 70s. Cloudy and cool Monday, Tuesday for valley spots, and 70s remain next week.